What is going on, guys? Moed here. Welcome back to another video. Now, as you guys can see, today's video is a bit different. So today we aren't actually going to be going on the chart or anything like that. Today we are going to be discussing the big topic, prop firms. Okay, so FTMO, funding talent, Fivers, etc. So you hear a lot about these prop firms. Now, I just want to say, disclaimer, I'm not actually promoting any prop firm over the other. I know there's a lot of issues that I'm hearing lately with multiple different prop firms, and to be honest with you, these challenges that I did right here that I'm going to show you in a minute, these challenges that I did were back in the very start of 2020. So things potentially could have changed now. I know the rules have pretty much stayed the same, but management wise, I don't know how much FTMO or funding talent and stuff like that have changed. But yeah, so today I'm going to show you guys the steps that I basically took to pass my challenge, pass my verification, and then get my funded account. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to do it. I'm just going to go through basically my account analysis right here and the way that I went about it. Now, if you look up here really quickly, you'll see Tarek. Yeah, this is my account. You can see my email right here. This is just, I made this account with a relative's name. I'm not even sure what happened. This is like a year and a half ago. I don't know why I used one of my relatives' names, but as you can see, this is my account either way. This is my email right here, so I didn't borrow someone else's account. Okay, so what happened was I signed up to FTMO. Now, back then, a year and a half ago, FTMO was probably like one of the biggest ones there. Okay, so it was one of the biggest ones, whereas I don't even know if funding talent was there. Yeah, I think funding talent was only like late last year, something like this. So this was one of the biggest ones. So obviously, most people were going for FTMO back then. Now with FTMO, they offer, I believe, a 70-30 profit split. But you guys just can look up the benefits of them, etc. Now, what I really like about FTMO is that they have their YouTube channel. And with their YouTube channel, one of the first things that I advise before you jump in to a challenge, before you even jump into the trial, is watch their YouTube channel. They provide a lot of tips and tricks about how to pass their own challenge. Remember, they're the guys that made the challenge, so what better people to listen to than the guys that made the challenge. Okay, what they do is as well, they go through a lot of different account analysis, and this really helps you to learn from other people's mistakes. So watch these videos, watch the videos where they have interviews with the people that have succeeded. Okay, because you're gonna see, and I'm going to mention it here, but you're going to see there's a lot of repetition with how these people were able to pass their challenges and you know, make 10k with them, etc. Okay, now I started a 20k challenge. As you guys can see, I started the 12th of March, ended on the 11th of April, so that was nearly a month there. Now traded for 10 days, and as you can see, guys, my first thing was my success rate and my R. These are the first two things that I'm always going to mention. Your success rate and your R kind of balance out. So if you have a very high risk to reward, you can afford to have a lower success rate. Okay, so that's a win rate. If your risk to reward is a bit lower, you can afford to have a higher success rate. Now, these two figures here are a bit skewed, and I'm going to show you why in a second. But yeah, so my success rate was here 56%. Okay, so basically saying that I was winning just over nearly half of my trades. Okay, my risk to reward was just below 3-1. 3-1 is the minimum that we go for as smart money traders. So that's one of the first things. Now, you guys hear me say this all the time on the charts, but now you're going to be seeing it applied here, and this is why I really like FTMO, the way they do their account analysis. Even if you lose, this is going to teach you a lot about yourself. So even if you pay for that challenge and you lose, the whole account analysis on why you've lost is probably absolute gold. Okay, I really like the way that they've done it here. In fact, they've improved it even more lately with their new format that they have, because I remember the website was not like this. So I really like the way that they made this. Now, my average profitable trade was 199, and my average losing trade was 70 euro. Okay, so I took the 20k challenge right here. So yeah, that's basically just basically the percentages numbers. We're not really going to discuss this. Now, one of the first things when you start your FTMO challenge, okay, one of the first things is picking the correct trade at the start. This is one of my first tips that I noticed. Now, this is my second challenge, okay? Let me be honest. My first challenge, I lost, and my biggest mistake was I did not read the rules correctly. Okay, I didn't read the rules correctly. I lost because the daily limit. Okay, so you have a certain daily limit and you also have an overall limit. I lost because I didn't read the rules correctly and the daily limit was hit. Okay, Now, my second account, my biggest tip for this one is going to be always make sure to start on a good start. Remember, as the saying goes, a good start is half the way. Okay. Now you can see right here with my balance curve. Okay, I started my first trade, boom, straight away. My first two trades were a minus. Now, thank God that I was able, that I was confident enough, basically, that I was confident enough in myself to be able to recoup these losses, okay? But what I noticed with a lot of account analysis that I've seen, a lot of people that have went through this, the bad start, the minute they go bad start, they're in a bad mindset. And what do? Because they know that's an FTMO account, and they really, really want to succeed this, okay? What they do is they start scalping. The minute they lose two trades, they start scalping this and that to try and recoup the losses for the end of the day, okay? You have 30 days to complete this. Even if you basically are in a downtrend for the first 20 days, okay, for the first 20 days you're in a downtrend, the last 10 days you can literally recoup this, okay? It's as simple as that. So to really, really avoid this, you either have two ways. Have a really, really nice start, okay, and build slowly. That doesn't mean to say that you could have a nice start and then drop again, okay? But having a nice start really, really does give you that push, that confidence boost, and you can really, really start your plan. Having a bad start does kind of, it gives you a hit there, chips, but doesn't mean that you can't recoup the losses there. As you can see, I've done that. Now, if we take a look right here, okay, so my win rate was 58% and my R was 2.85. Now I'm going to show you guys why my win rate and my R was skewed right here. This is why I don't really listen to this 100%, because what you notice is, so for example, right here I had a minus nearly €3 loss. With these trades, because I was able to actually finish my challenges and my verifications very, very quickly. So I managed to finish these in like 2 to 3 days, both of them. So because I had to trade the rest of the 10 days, okay, there's a minimum 10-day rule. I was placing a quick 0.01 lot and taking that instantly. So there, my win rate was actually lower than it was. So my win rate probably was 60-70%, so a bit higher there. And my risk to reward as well. And my risk to reward as well would have probably been a bit higher. But yeah, this is the reason. So with the win rate and the RR, it's not exactly accurate, especially if you finish your trading before the 10 days. If you finish your trading after the 10 days, then fair enough, okay? Then it'll probably be pretty accurate, okay? But this is the reason why mine are a bit different. Now, the second thing right here is know your days. Okay, so you see the results by days. I know myself. I know that I'm not a good trader on Mondays, Tuesdays, okay? Specifically Mondays. I do pick trades here and there, nice trades on a Tuesday. Wednesday, same thing, okay? It can be pretty good, but I know, okay, as a trader, that my best 2 days are usually Thursday and Friday. This is where I catch my biggest moves. You can go back test yourself that, and you'll see that usually the Thursdays and the Fridays have the biggest moves. So I really, really like these days, and these are my two favorite days to trade. So what do I do right here? Do I try trade every day? No, I trade the Monday. Okay, I made a small bit. Okay, Tuesday, nothing. Okay, I only dropped a lot on the Tuesday just to count for it as a day because I wanted to finish this as soon as possible. Wednesday came, I minus 10. So you guys can see right here that I'm not really trading these 3 days. Not much trading action is going on. Thursday, Friday were my big, basically were my big bank days right here. Okay, now, so yeah. The next thing that I want to cover is making sure to pick the correct instrument for you. Now, with gold on that specific period, okay, gold was moving beautiful. So it was dropping. In fact, that trade that I caught, it was a really, really nice big trade that I caught. I was able to catch a really, really nice sell on gold that I was able to send as well into the signals. I remember this one because this gave us like 200 pips in one trade, I believe. So it was really, really nice. Now, another thing, okay, so obviously go back to that point, make sure that you pick the instrument that you're best at. So if your best trading instrument and something that you're familiar with is gold, or if you only trade like majors, whatever, stick to this. Don't sway just because it's an FTMO challenge, just because you have more profit and just because you have more rules. I know a lot of people, they complain like, oh, these rules are a bit they're a bit tight, whatever. To be honest with you, I believe, especially as us smart money traders, we are probably the prop firm killers out here because our rules fit in 100 perfectly, they just fit in perfectly with the rules of all these prop firms out here, most of them anyways. Okay, so I believe that because we go for really, really high risk to reward, it works really, really well. Now the only thing is, there are a group of smart money traders out here that are trading like second charts, minute charts, and you are going to have an issue probably with a lot of these prop firms. They don't like it, and I've heard a few issues. I'm not going to even name names. With some ones, I'm not even talking about FTMO. And then you're going to have prop firms that are not going to accept your swing trading. So this is the issue for you. Now, as us, most smart money traders, okay, we're trading intraday. Okay, so we're trading maybe like a day. I'm not sure if you can hold overnight. I actually forgot if you can hold overnight. I don't believe you can hold overnight, but I will double check and I will confirm again with you guys. But you need to make sure, as I said, you need to not even making sure, basically, yeah, making sure that your rules kind of tie in with the FTMO rules. So you need to make sure you find that link between them, okay? Because if you're a swing trader, there's no point forcing yourself to switch your strategy, okay? So let's say switching to scalping or switching to intraday trading to try and fit in with the FTMO rules. You're gonna have to find a prop firm that suits you more. So it's not really a thing where which is the best company out there. Yeah, do your review, do your research, check out the reviews, but you need to make sure that you find a prop firm that works with your rules, okay? So that's another one of my tips there. That's not really about the prop firm. It's more about which one provides the best rules for your own strategy. The best rules for me could be different to you. So at the end of the day, stick to your strategy. I notice what a lot of people do is they end up switching their strategy just based off the rules. No, if the rules don't go with your strategy, don't go with that, not vice versa. Okay, so yeah, so stick basically with the pairs that you traded. Now, as you can see right here, I had a mix of pairs right here. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I should have sticked a bit more to the pairs I was trading. Now I kind of stick to a few pairs, whereas maybe like 2 years ago I was trading a bit more pairs than usual. But yeah, if with my knowledge right now, okay, I would say stick to only a few pairs. If you don't see a setup, don't worry, don't try and finish it too early. I know a lot of people get excited to try and finish this early. Honestly, do this. It's the long run that really matters with these things, because just looking at what people are usually doing, this is how they're failing. They're trying to go too quickly at the start, okay? Try and drop one lot and finish it all one trade at the start, and then they end up spending the rest of the 10-30 days trying to recoup these losses. So that's one thing that you don't want to do. Now, as you can see, gold was my main winner right here. I dropped 2 trades, I believe, and I made really nicely here. My negative trades, my negative days, my positive days, nothing really matters right here. Now, other than my average number of trades. So my average number of trades right here, once again, is going to be skewed because some of the days I was placing just an extra trade just to count a day. But my average number of trades right here was nice. Okay, so 3 days of trade. Three trades a day. That's not very bad. I know people are placing like 10-20 trades. If it's your strategy, fair enough. But us as smart money traders, I'm gonna be obviously trying to speak anyways on our behalf. We don't want to be taking that much trades. So if you're finding that at the start of your day, New York London session, you're not able to catch these nice manipulation moves, okay, the trends, okay, after the manipulation occurs, then don't force it, okay? I know a lot of people are trying to force it too much when it comes to the Asian session, stuff like that. Try and take your trades early on in the morning. Catching your trades right before the rollover time, okay, right before the overnight holding, basically, it's not going to be, you'll only have like 1 to 2 hours to hold, and at the end of the day, obviously the volume will decrease. So with the FTMO challenge, I recommend to try and catch your trades at the start. So like the start of the New York session or the start of the London session. So these are the best times to trade, okay? Now with my positions, this is another thing that I'm going to mention. Now I believe other than this, let's see. Other than this, I want to discuss results by trade duration. Okay, so my trade duration, as you guys can see, this doesn't really count. This doesn't count. What I want to focus right here is, as I said, my trade duration usually is going to be a few hours, okay, to sometimes a few days. But here I was intraday trading, so a few hours, 2 hours, Most of my trades happen in 2 hours, and then between 2 to 6 hours. So see, stick with it. This is where most of my trading occurred right here. Okay, now this obviously, as I said, is not going to count right here. It's really, really hard to show you based off my results because I finished this early, whereas if I did the whole 10 days, this would be much more easier for me to explain. Hit my mic there, sorry. Okay, so as you can see right here, I passed it. My max daily loss, I was not hitting that, and yeah, so that was beautiful. Now we move on to my verification. Okay, we move on to my verification once again. With my verification, nice start. Okay, I had a nice start, but my ending there, to be honest with you, sorry, not my ending, a nice start, but then I kind of started dropping a tiny bit negative, but then I was able to recoup it. Look at the graph though. This is how a normal account should be like. It's especially the FTMO people as a company, they like to see a trader that is able to have highs and lows in their results. Okay, them seeing a trader catching just one big trade and just one big spike up is gonna start hitting red flags for them. Now they still pay you out. Okay, they still give you the account because you passed the challenge, but realistically, a lot of these people that are able to catch it in one go don't actually end up getting the first payout. Okay, so yeah, so my results were pretty consistent there. Then hit the daily limit, wasn't close to that at all. Now with this verification, you only had to go for a smaller, I believe it was 5% or 10%. So my profit tag was smaller. So my profit tag was 1,000. I blew my profit target here, so I had an extra 800. Now, next point that I actually want to discuss is have a consistent lot size. So you can see right here, my lot size is very, very consistent. Okay, so my lot size 0.70, 0.70, 0.70. I have not changed throughout my whole trading right here. I had a consistent lot size. This is very, very important, guys. Okay, because first of all, with consistent lot size, you want to obviously risk a certain amount. So whether you're risking 1%, 2%, whatever they're going to allow you, okay, or whatever your strategy tells you to do. So you want to, as I said, risk a consistent lot size, because if you don't, let's say you make a nice profit on, let's say 70, okay, 0.70, and then you're trying to take a 0.90 next, okay, and you lose the next trade. Here, I pretty much broke even on these two trades, but if I had a 0.90, I would have been in loss right here. And then that basically what you're trying to do is you're not trying to avoid losses. Losses are going to be there, but you're trying to avoid stupid losses, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is 0.70, 0.70, 0.70. So my lot isn't changing, but what is changing is my risk management. So I'm losing only a small amount of pips. I'm trying to lose a small amount of pips, max 10, 20 pips, and then my wins are 40 pips, 50 pips. Okay, so that's what you're trying to do right here. So you can see my wins right here would be on 0.70. That would have been like what? Maybe that's 20 pips. Right here, that's what? Nearly 30, 40 pips. Okay, once again, 30, 40 pips. Okay, and then I had my US oil trade. Now I had passed my account. Okay, I passed my account up until this point. Either way, this one just, I don't know, I don't even know what I was doing here, but I just made an extra 100 right here. I don't know, just to show them that, yo, I can do this. But either way, the biggest tip right here would be keep the lot consistent, because if you start to change a lot between the lot sizes, you're going to really end up messing your potential profits. Okay, so that's that right there. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much it. That's all I wanted to really discuss with FTMOs. As I said, a lot of people ask me, do I do these challenges, etc. Do I personally still trade with FTMO? I actually do not. Okay, so I believe these are great, really good to kind of get yourself started, to get a bit of capital for yourself. Once you do that, honestly, there's no better way to just trade your own capital. Okay, no better way. You have no rules to follow, then you can do what you want. So that's personally what I like. But as a starter, okay, back then this was going to be a very good thing for me. Okay, it was a very good thing. Also, I know I traded with Audacity Capital, so this is another group that I want to vouch for, that their customer support was brilliant. They paid me out instantly. I'll show you guys if I can find it, because it's probably like last year, but I'm going to see if I can find the payout. They paid me by PayPal as well, so I'll put that on the screen as well. So these were the only two prop firms that I took, and these are the only two that I can vouch for. Honestly, very good, the both of them. But at the end of the day, do your research, and that is pretty much it. So as I said, guys, this is a new kind of a new video compared to what I'm usually doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys even took 1 to 2 valuable things that I said here. But yeah, here's my answer, guys. Here is basically my proof of the challenges that I've been talking about for a very, very long time now. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.